Ever feel like IELTS listening is just a big information dump? On the one hand, you'll hear so much. On the other hand, you can't answer the questions. It's like playing a game of guess what I'm thinking with somebody who changes their mind every few seconds. Just when you think you have the right answer, new details pop up and confuse you. But don't worry, today I will show you how to cut through the distractions and get the correct answers every time. So hey, welcome back to Everything IELTS, a series where I help you achieve your target IELTS band score. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to filter information in IELTS listening like a pro, so you catch the right information and cut through the fluff. The first step is to understand the IELTS listening traps. Now, you know that in IELTS listening, there are so many traps. Let's face it, IELTS listening is like your toxic ex who wants to trap you into the loop of not getting the correct information, to confuse you, to drain the energy out of you. I'm sorry, too much. Basically, IELTS listening loves to distract you with extra information. You will hear synonyms, false leads, extra information. But don't worry, the correct information, the information that you need to answer the questions, is always given in the recordings. You don't have to go anywhere to find it. It's here. You just need to know exactly what you are listening for. Let's look at an example to see what it looks like and what it feels like. The question we have here is, what time does the train arrive? You may hear something like this.
It will take 3 hours and 45 minutes to reach. The train was supposed to arrive at 5:30, but it's delayed to 6:15.
If you are a seasoned IELTS candidate, you know that this is the classic example of IELTS listening tricks, and you know the distraction is already there. The correct answer is 6:15. By understanding the traps in IELTS listening, we have the strategies to get through the traps and to avoid falling into the loop of not getting the correct answers. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 different ways to be prepared for the tricks and to stay out of the traps that set out for you to fail. Just because they are difficult, it doesn't mean you have to fall for them. Number 1, mastering keywords predictions. So before the audio starts, it is necessary for you to use the information in the questions to predict what may come as the answer. It will help you decide what you are going to listen for. I want to pause here a little bit to remind you the importance of understanding the questions. Even though IELTS listening is mainly about listening comprehension, reading comprehension also plays a significantly important role in basically making you successful in the IELTS listening exam. Because if you cannot comprehend the questions, it would be impossible for you to filter the information because you don't know what you are looking for and what you are listening for. Let's look at this example. The question here we have, when is the meeting being held? And based on the keywords of the question, we have the word where, the meeting, and held. When looking at the word where, we immediately know that the answer to this question would be a name of a place. And because the word meeting is also in the question, we know that this answer will be about the meeting. It's not about the exhibition or it's not about the dinner. So we have a prediction here. We are predicting the information about a location of a meeting. That helps a lot because we may hear something like this.
For the weekly meeting, we plan to meet in room 4. But due to schedule overlapping, the rooms 1 to 6 have been booked, so it's been moved to the main hall.
This is a classic example of distractions in IELTS listening because we have the phrase, we planned. This is past tense, right? Which is why this piece of information is irrelevant to the question. And that means it's just extra information that you don't need to worry about. You do not need to care about it. The real answer comes after the word but. And the answer is the manhole or manhole, depending on the number of words allowed in this question. So when you actively listen and look for the information that you have predicted, it is easier for you to filter extra information out from the pool of information that you need to find the answers in. The second thing is to be aware of synonyms and paraphrasing, because let's face it, IELTS loves having you confused between different types of words, and paraphrasing is the perfect tool to do that. So instead of saying cheap, they would say affordable. Instead of saying buy, they would say purchase. Even though in the questions, cheap and purchase are there, but they're not there in the recordings. So it is very important for you to train yourself for synonyms, to train yourself to understand the meaning of what is being said in the recordings, rather than looking for keywords. Strategy number 3 is to learn how to ignore unnecessary information. IELTS listening recordings are often designed to give you extra information, more information than you need to answer the questions, and some information is even false. So if you latch onto those pieces of information, you would have a wrong answer. This kind of approach actually makes it more difficult for you to filter information, because they want to test your listening comprehension. They want you to find the information that matters to answer the question and ignore unnecessary information. The test creator knows very well that our brains naturally latch on all the details given to us, even the irrelevant ones, which is why they add all the extra information in here to confuse you, to distract you, and eventually make it difficult for you to find the correct information to answer the questions correctly. And here's a pro tip for you. In order to make it easier for you to ignore unnecessary information and focus on what matters the most for answering the questions, you need to combine all the strategies that I have given you. Before starting, you should predict the answers. You should focus on the meaning of the questions and the meaning of the recordings, the meaning of the content in the recording, rather than keywords. And you need to focus on exactly what you are looking for. For example, if you are looking for a location of something, anything related to names, numbers, or years whatsoever is unnecessary, is irrelevant. So you need to ignore that. You need to keep reminding yourself that you are looking for a location. Now, we all know that IELTS listening loves to trick you, loves to distract you from the correct information to correctly answer the questions, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you will not be able to do it. These are the strategies that I have been using for myself to get 9 in IELTS listening and teach a lot of clients achieve their target IELTS band score, especially the IELTS listening exam. Try these techniques in your next IELTS practice test and let me know if you see any improvement. In the meantime, you can get free practice tests on practicenight.co. I'll see you there. For now, you have fun learning. Bye.